So let's just get the disclaimer out the way. I never ever wanted to join the military. In the back of my mind, if you joined the military, it was either because one or two options. Number one, you were just very patriotic and you wanted to serve your country, you know what I'm saying? That's just what you wanted to do. Or number two, it was the only option you had to really just create the life that you wanted to create. And honestly, I never fit into either one of those categories. On top of those, though, I always thought that if you went to the military, you were basically just signing your life over to die. I mean, in a way, you kind of still are, but in my mind, it was more severe than this. Like, I'm thinking like you know what I'm saying? You had to be real lucky not to. And I don't know, maybe it's because of the movies, you know what I'm saying? The movies kind of like, It was just on my list of the things that I would never ever do. In fact, it's probably like number two. I was never joining the military, ever. Okay, so let's just make a long story short. Toward the end of my 11th grade year, my history teacher tells us that he's going to have different recruiters from different branches come in and talk to us. Because he's always wanted to join the military, but he never got the opportunity to. You know, life just had its way with him, and he never got the opportunity to. So yeah, the first people that came in was the Army. Honestly, everything they said, I remember one guy talking about he had a big house in Pleasant Grove. His friend had a really nice house somewhere. You know, nice houses. Something like that. That's all I remember, because I like nice houses. But anyways, everything they said really just went into one ear and out of the other. After that, I believe it was the Marines. Really kind of same story. He didn't like his job. He had to do something like that. Yeah, went into one ear and out of the other. I don't really think I listened to the Air Force. I think I had somewhere to go or something to do, or maybe I just skipped class that day. I don't know. But I didn't get. I don't think I believe I listened to the Air Force. But then boom, after that, the Navy recruiter comes in, and let me just say this: the difference, what first caught my attention with her is that she looks like me. You know what I'm saying? She's black. She's a black woman. She looks nice in her uniform. I automatically grasp my visual attention, right? But the difference between her and the Navy and the way she talked about it versus everybody else is she really explained it in a way that related to her personally and what the Navy did for her personally versus what it could do for you, if that makes sense. And at the same time of her doing that, you know what I'm saying? She talked about the Navy in a way that I could see what it could do for me also, you know? One thing about me is I want to create generational wealth, right? I want to have different sources of income coming in. So when she talked about, you know what I'm saying, active duty and the different jobs, plus the benefits and things like that, I really started to look into the reserves, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, this is something, you know what I'm saying, something that I could do, you know? I don't have to go, you know what I'm saying, to different countries or nothing like that. It's literally a weekend out of every month. It's, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, I could see myself doing that. Plus, if I wanted, you know what I'm saying, I could go active duty, you know what I'm saying, just in case. I mean, it was too, like when I say I was automatically hooked, when I got out of school that day, I was talking my auntie's head off about this. Like, I was, okay, I want to go to the military. And I think a lot of people thought I was playing, but I was serious. Like, it was that quick of a change. When I tell you, because I never wanted to join the military. Like, it was on my never to do list. Like, and the thing was, like, I say she did something different when she talked, but she really didn't. Like, in the honest point of view, like, she really didn't. I don't know. I just changed my mind. I was full in. She passed that card at the end of the classroom, told us to put our names, our numbers on there. I did it, turned it in, and then boom. I mean, that was that. A couple of days later, she contacted me. And it was on since then. So let's touch upon why I joined the reserves versus active duty. Since 8th grade, we're really before 8th grade, you know what I'm saying? You kind of have a thought in your head about where you want the direction of your life to go. And like I said, I'm trying to get rich around here. So, and the only way to do that versus, you know what I'm saying, in the careers that I wanted to choose, I have to go to college, you know what I'm saying, get some type of education. So like I said, since 8th grade, I always knew that I was going to college. Straight after high school, I was going to college. You know, I want the best of the best. I'm going to work out, you know, not work out. That's something I should have been doing before I joined. But no, I'm going to study hard. I'm going to do what I have to do to get where I want to get, right? I want to go to Howard, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, I really worked hard to try to get myself in that direction. So with the reserves, it was like really like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. Because I can take, you know what I'm saying, 2 days out of my school time to go, you know what I'm saying, do that. I'm sure they would let me. Versus active duty where I would have to do online and not really, you know. Plus, like I said, this is toward the end of my 11th grade year, you know what I'm saying, I believe, where, you know, I've had to do all this work. There's no way in the world I'm about to just basically say, freak everything I done done, let's just go get a free education from, you know, like, because I worked hard to get where I wanted to get. So the reserves, that was that. And honestly, like, after, you know what I'm saying, I talked to my recruiter and things like that, I actually considered going active after I got my degree. Even to this day, like, going active is something I would definitely do after I get my degree, you know what I'm saying, go officer, things like that. So yeah, that's why I chose the reserve. Alright, so after my recruiter contacts me, I meet her at the office one day, we fill out all my paperwork. At the time I was 17, so of course I had to get a signature from my parent. My father came and signed for me. All that happened, and during this time, let me tell you, after listening to her, like, I'm more convinced. Like, I'm just, oh shoot, I really chose the right branch, you know. With the Army and the Marines, it was already out of there. Because you know that whole workout part I was talking about, it was out of there. So it was really either the Air Force and the Navy. And honestly, the only difference why I chose the Navy over the Air Force was because I heard that the Navy traveled more, and that's something I wanted to do, you know what I'm saying, if I really wanted to, and I was just given the opportunity. So, chose the Navy. So after already hearing more, I was like, okay, well, I made the right choice. So, that's that. Even today, I believe that I made the right choice. So, boom, yeah, after we talked and things like that, filled out my paperwork, it was time for test time. Now, me, y'all, I want to say I'm a really bad test taker. I want to say I'm an average test taker, given the right day. I'm an average test taker.
Got him!
Other than that, I really hate taking tests that don't involve a set study guide. How do I explain this? I don't know how to explain it. But the ACT, for example, has different type of things on there, different topics, all, you know what I'm saying? Like, versus a standard test over this or a standard test over that, you know? It's kind of like one of those things, you know what you know, what you don't, versus I can actually study this and I know that I'm going to have this. So, I mean, that was that. I remember I took the practice test. I made like a 30-something. I don't know if it was a passing 30 or a non-passing 30, but it was a 30-something. I remember asking her, like, is that good? You know? That was that. I went in again. I took the real thing. I think I either made a 42 or a 46. I'll leave it down in the description box when I find my papers, whatever. I forgot what I made. But it was passing. She said you passed. I was like, okay. So that was that. I didn't really know that was low. Until, you know, I started hearing other people seeing it online. But the point is, I passed, okay? I passed. I'm not really the brightest with those tests. I'm just not. Unless, like I said, I had something to study and I don't know. But whatever. That's that. Let's see. So I talked about the test, talked about my paperwork. I did all that good thing. So, boom, yeah, that's pretty much for the test part. I took that, you know, you have to go confirm it. I did good, passed that. What is that? Anyways, I passed that. Let's see, so what else should I talk about? The physical part. You know, you have to go do a physical examination. And when I say that nothing was wrong with me, nothing was wrong with me. I've never been to the hospital ever in my life. Never been sick. Nothing. Perfect. Never been sick. None of that. I hope you get what I'm saying. Oh yeah, that went good. The weight though. When I got weighed, I think I was like 160 something, and the doctor basically told me you want to be a little careful because you know saying you have a couple more pounds to go before you know something I had to do. And I was like, okay, you know. At the time, well, not at the time, even currently, I love to eat. I eat, you know what I'm saying? That's just what I do. But during the time, you know, I was doing bed, I was doing something where I could be active color guard, you know, really, I was being active, okay? So I could kind of compensate for what I was eating versus, you know what I'm saying, when you got out of school. But yeah, at the time, you know what I'm saying, okay, I can keep my weight there, you know, so it's not even something I thought about. It just was what it was. So yeah, all that happens. I do a little pre-swearing in, all that good stuff, and I'm good. Like, everything was Gucci. Okay. So let's leave the Navy to the side real quick, and let's talk about I said I wanted to go to college. I did so happen. I didn't get into Howard, which that's a whole nother video. It's gonna have little tear eyes, but no. Sad story. But no, I did not get in Howard, but I did happen to get into Spelman, right? Which, honestly, I never really had Spelman anywhere on my list of the colleges I wanted to go. You know, I had Howard, I had Tuskegee, I had North Carolina, A&T, let's see, I had Florida A&M. I had a whole bunch of other, you know what I'm saying, HBCUs. But Spelman wasn't on my list. Why? Because I just thought I wasn't, Howard was pushing it, really, because it was really pushing it. Not really pushing it. I don't want to make y'all think like I'm dumb or something, but it was pushing it. Obviously, I didn't get accepted, so not that pushing. But nah, for real. But I did get accepted into Spelman, like I said, and I was going to use that to get into Howard, and I was really proud of myself. It's just something, because it's like, honestly, I really didn't think I would get accepted. I didn't. It's just not something I believe that I could do. But like I said, I got accepted. That was that. So one day I'm sitting in my room, right? You know, because in my mind, I have a plan of how all, like, you know what I'm saying? Even now, like, I have a plan of the things I want to do. I'm going to do it, get it done. So, you know, in my mind, everything's going good. I'm going to move down to Spelman. I'm going to move my NOS down there. Just do this, boom, boom, find me a little nice apartment if I don't want to stay on campus. You know, like, I have a plan, right? So one day I'm thinking, I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, boom, I'm going to have to go to boot camp. Because the date that I had got to leave was August the 14th, I believe. August 14th. Or August the 13th. I was like, dang, this is the day, you know what I'm saying? Or right exactly on this day I'm supposed to be starting school, because that's the day our classes and stuff are supposed to start. And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, boot camp is going to be like, you know what I'm saying, 6 weeks, whatever. 8 weeks. I think at the time it was 8 weeks. It was still 8. Yeah, it was still 8. I'm like, okay, you know, I'm sure if I talk to the school, because at this time I hadn't even talked to the school. I had literally made which we'll talk about that another, but I had literally made a split decision to attend Spelman. Like, in January, I believe. January, February-ish. What's it? Yeah. January, February-ish. I believe. It was somewhere in there. Don't my mind. But yeah, I had made a split decision to do it, and that was that. I had to basically I was going to get in contact with them, which, like I said, I didn't get an opportunity to really do a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still haven't signed up for classes. I hadn't even paid a deposit fee yet. I hadn't did anything, you guys. Like, a freaking little haystack in the wind. But that was that. So I was going to call them, basically let them know, hey, I enlisted in the Navy. I have to be gone for 8 weeks, blah, 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 blah. And I honestly was just expecting them to understand. Whether that was going to go like that or not, I didn't know. So that was that. That's the only option I knew. But then, y'all, I did not think about A school. A school was 14 weeks, I believe I see on there. And I did not include that in there. So in my mind, I was like, dang, I'm basically going to be missing like a whole year of college. And remember, college was number one for me. You know, then it was the Navy. And then you're going to find out the Navy is number one. But no, the Navy was number second to me, right? So I was just in my mind like, dang, how am I going to do this? I'm basically going to be wasting a whole year. Like, and I've already took, you know what I'm saying, all these classes to the point where I'm only going to be doing like maybe 3 years, you know what I'm saying? 3.5 years at the most. So now I'm basically like, put myself behind. It's like, dang, I mean, whatever. So it's like, I made a decision to forget the Navy. I'm going to go to college, do that, then I'll do this. So I remember I called my recruiter. I told her about it. She was supportive of the decision, told me she understood, you know, and that was that. Yeah. So boom, y'all, we're about to go ahead and get this story to the end, okay, because I've been talking a lot. So I told you guys I have made the decision not to go to the Navy anymore. I got discharged. I don't know really how that works, but I hadn't shipped off yet, so I just told them I didn't want to go. I believe it was discharged, and that was that. So boom, the end of my 12th grade year is coming up, and this is when COVID hit. You know what I'm saying? They let us out for school, but due to COVID, so They would start doing online classes. All that happened, and during this time, I had moved out with my auntie, moved in with my boyfriend. I had a lot going on, and it was very dang. Anyways, it was very overwhelming on me. You know what I'm saying? The things I had to do. Because basically when it came to the whole college stuff, signing up, paying for things, doing through this, and figuring this out and figuring this out. For the most part, I was kind of like figuring it out for myself, you know what I'm saying, what I need to do. I have an auntie, her name's Katie. She's very nice. She helps me with a lot of things. I don't know if I call her now and ask her to help me with something, or I ask her to get me through this, or help me figure this out. I need to sign up for this. I need to do this. Like, I know for a fact that she's going to help me. But for the most part, like, I was really doing it on my own. So I got to the point where, like, dang, like, do I even really want to go to Spelman? It's like the support that I really wanted to go there, I didn't really have. You know, like, a lot of, oh my gosh, Spelman is such a good job. But as far as, all right, so do you need anything? Do you need some help filling this out? Do you need help? You know, just, I didn't really have, you know what I'm saying? And look, I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna leave that for my next video. For my next, whenever I talk about this. But I didn't even have, you know what I'm saying? It was a $500 enrollment fee just to start, you know what I'm saying, putting in papers you needed and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, like, at the time, I didn't have a job, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not understanding where this $500 was coming. At the time, like I told you, me making that decision to go to Spelman was like this. I hardly didn't fill out for any scholarships, which that's on me. That's totally on me. That's not even a sob story. I should fill out for some scholarships. I didn't fill out for scholarships. I hadn't even filled out for financial aid yet. Like, I was just so behind, and I had this amount of time, to start these classes, and it's just like, I didn't want to go anymore. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't. Looking on the site, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Like, I'm literally, we have this little group on Facebook, Spelman Night, something like that. And basically, like, I'm contacting girls on there. It was actually 2 girls. They're my introduction. Because we all did a little introduction of ourselves. And 2 girls, well, it was more than 2. But there was 2 I really liked. Because, you know, I'm read theirs too. I contact them, like, hey, how are you? You mind calling me to say so? Like, how do I do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, and one girl, she's like, you know, if you're not ready, you can always defer your application. I'm like, do what? What's that? And, you know, when I found out that I could do that, it was just kind of like, really? Because my whole thing was with the whole, I have to go to boot camp and I have to go to ed school. They're not going to let me do this. So, boom, I'm going to basically lose my whole application. I'm going to have to restart, things like this. So, when I found out that I could defer my application, it was like, wow, if I would have known this from the beginning, I would have done this. You know what I'm saying? So, basically, to make another long story short, I was going back to the Navy. And even before I knew that, I went ahead and deferred my application because I just wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? I really wasn't. Like, I was so behind. Like I said, I had so much going on. It was crazy. Like, I wasn't ready at all. So I did defer my application before I even figured out that I was going back to the Navy. I remember calling my first lady and them, asking, you know, what they thought about it, talking to my aunties about it. Like, I was doing it. So boom, I texted my recruiter one day. I was like, hey, you know what I'm saying, you want to join again? She was like, you serious? I'm like, I am serious. No, I was not wasting her time again. You know, so that's how I felt me, like I wasted her time. Like, but I was not doing it. So this time it was like, after talking to her, like texting her, I knew that I was going because I'm not wasting her time again. So boom, that was that. But this is during COVID. I found that if you go down there, it's likely that you won't get a job that same day, especially if you're picky. About what they give you. The hospital porterman, I was told that there was a high chance that I wouldn't get that job again. I was a little sad about it, but kind of knowing the situation that I was going through, it was just like, okay, whatever. You know, I'm be grateful for whatever I get. And that's just gonna be that. Because you can't change your rate, however that goes, whatever, you know. So boom, I did have to take my test again, and I was happy about it because, you know, it's been a while since I've been out of school. Like I told you, I made a 40 something last one. You know what I'm saying? It's not guaranteed. I may make a 30 something like that. I didn't know if that was good or bad. So that was that. I didn't have to take that test again. I was like, good. Basically, went down there, did all that stuff. Boom. So it gets to my job picking time, and the woman kept trying to make, like, I guess, because I didn't explain to her, you know, the whole situation. I want to go to college, this, I need that, blah, 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 all that good stuff, right? By the way, I deferred my application for up to a year. So that would give me enough time, literally enough time to get all my stuff there. Plus, for all this time while I was in A school, I could have did some stuff for spelling and all that good stuff, right? But yeah, so that was that. So I guess I didn't tell her all that. So she kept trying to get me to go FTS, which, I kind of want to do it. I don't know. Y'all, come on. I be trying to get stuff. It's in a million places. I can do a million things. Don't know. Set my mind somewhere it's hard. But no, and I kept trying to tell her, like, I didn't want to go to FTS. I want to be reserved. She's going, what? Like, trying to be a recruiter at this point. Like, trying to tell me why I should go FTS. I'm just like, and honestly, like, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm going to go to it. So I'm just like, no. So she's like, okay, well, go sit out there. So I'm just praying, you know what I'm saying, that she, just finds me a job. And when I tell y'all, she came back out there and tells me, all right, you got your reservist job, hospital corpsman. And I did not even mention to her that I wanted that job. Like, God is for real, though. Like, I didn't even mention that to her. So when she told me that I got it, I was like, like, happy. So that was that. That's how I got my job. Went back to my recruiter. I was like, wow. I was like, like, yes, I was so excited to this day. Like, talking about it makes me excited because such a hard time in life. But yeah, that was that, and I was excited. And we cannot talk about how I got my job. So, as everybody knows, I'm an HM hospital corpsman. I'm very happy, y'all. Like, cause like I said, I always knew I wanted to do something medical, either law enforcement on the side. So I remember one day I was sitting on a computer looking at different Navy jobs in the medical field, seeing hospital corpsmen. The thing about it is, I was looking at the scores, the ASVAB scores for the average hospital corpsman. It was around like 70 this, 70 that. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. You know, I ain't gonna pay that much attention. So I'm like that about everything. Like, forget what it is. I'm gonna do it. Okay. You know, when you're told not to really say what type of job you want or whatever like that. Me, I told them what type of job I wanted. I remember at first they tried to give me some aviation job, and I was really gonna take a job. So I'm thinking, if you know, you know. But I was like, okay, cool. I'm thinking about flying planes and stuff like that, dropping people off, picking them up. I don't know what I was thinking of. That is not what it is. But no, I didn't. I chose not to do that. And as if I had anything in mind, I told him hospital corpsman. He's looking on the computer. I'm sitting back here. Hospital corpsman. Anyway, he's on the computer doing this thing. He's like, okay, I'm gonna need you to step out there real quick. This one I was like, so step out there real quick. I'm gonna make a few calls. He said something about getting a request from me. I don't really know what this was for. I don't know if it was because of job availability. I don't know if it was because my score was low. I really don't. So I go out there and all I remember is I'm really praying, like, God, this is what I want. This is what I need. Like, I'm out there really praying, y'all. I'm like praying, like, let me get this done. Comes back in, he's like, all right, got you the job. But I tell you, I was so excited because this is the job I wanted. And a lot of times I feel like, in just different areas of my life, that sometimes I'm not good enough for things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't deserve certain things that come to me because of this or because of that. So to really get it, like, I feel like I wasn't deserving, but yet again, I was deserving, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, even now, I'm happy to have this job, and that's just that. So yeah, I go do all my enlistment things like that. I'm good to go. My set date to ship out is September 23rd, I believe. September 23rd or September 26th. September the 26th, I believe. I'll leave it down in the description box. Really doesn't matter. But yeah, that was the date. Told all my family and stuff, all my friends, you know. That was that. My auntie never really wanted me to join. I guess because like you don't really know that much. You have a fear, kind of like I was in the beginning. You know, I didn't want to join because I thought you were gonna die. So I didn't like her to do that. You know. Same thing with her, you know, the way she used to exaggerate. Do you not know if they're going to have control over you now? I was like, yes, they did. I know that. But, like I said, we don't really know that much about something. It has fear. Eventually, you know, she gets used to the ideal. And yeah, that's that. All my family know about it. My dad's proud. Grandparents proud. So my friends, same kind of. Some of them were kind of like the same way with Day Day, but some of them were like, you know what I'm saying, happy for you, good what you do. All that's that. That night at that hotel before I left, I was really sad. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking about, you know, everything that's about to happen to me, the experience, being alone. Like that's always been my fear. Like even going to like college, you know, I always say like, dang, I'm about to leave. I'm about to be lonely. Like there's no more. Like I don't really go out with my friends like that. Dang, even if I want to now, I can't. Like I don't know anybody down here. I'm very. If you ever met me in person, like I'm a very, very off to the side type of person. Like it takes a lot for me to just engage with you on a real me type of level. It's like, dang, like I'm about to be sad day. I think I cried that night. It was really sad. My aunt came and seen me, you know, she brought me some snacks and stuff like that, talked to me. She couldn't stay, but yeah, that was that. It was really sad, you know. Cookie was on the phone. Cookie's my boyfriend. Cookie sat on the phone with me that whole night, cried his little tears when he left. It's just I was just leaving behind a lot of things, and like I said, at this time, like I really didn't know what I wanted to do, you know, as far as what I was going to do after this, what I was going to do during this, and that was that. But my weight, that's something I want to talk about. I did happen to gain like a couple of pounds. I think I was like 175. I was trying to get down to 170 and I didn't lose not a pound. Also during this time, before I left, I did not exercise. Don't do that. If you're watching the video because you're about to go somewhere, please. And so I did go to 3 net meetings. I really hope y'all don't hear this noise in the background. I'm sure you do though. I'm sure you do. But yeah, so I did exercise. It was really intense. For a girl like me who likes to eat, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I got a cookie. Like all we do, we eat and we watch TV. Like eat snacks, watching TV. Gets off work, we go get us some McDonald's, watch a movie, wake up. Can you order me some breakfast? Like we eat, okay? Like I said, at this time we were out of school.
Hey, beautiful. You've got a text message.
Somebody's calling. Anyway, so that was Cookie. But yeah, what was time? I think I forgot what I was talking about. But I think it was about weight. Just make sure you exercise, okay? Don't be like me. Alright? Exercise. You're gonna find out why when I talk about my whole boot camp experience. That was crazy. Okay? But I believe that's all that went down. My enlistment, it went good. Second time around, got my date. Everything was pretty good. That's the end. No need to prolong the story. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Like the video, go subscribe, share, comment. If you have any questions, hit me up. This time I will have all my social media linked down in the description box. Oh, and if you watched my last video, I forgot what number I had to say, but I did not mean white supremacy. I meant white privilege, y'all. My mind, like I was nervous in that video. You can't tell. Like I don't know how I can be nervous during my own video. Like nobody's here watching me record right now, nervous. Like I got a problem. But yeah, that's what I meant. But yeah, don't forget to hit the button and subscribe. Bye. Love you. I don't love y'all, but that was pushing. Like I love some of y'all, you know, like my friends. I mean, it's kind of hard to love somebody. Bye, y'all. Bye. See you in my next video.